Hey everybody, and welcome to WCSN. I'm Josh Daniels.
And I'm Kristen Smith, and on today's show we will be giving you a sports update on all the sports here on Har-BER.
So stay tuned for that coming up now.
It's been 13 years since we had our inaugural episode of WCSN, and tonight we reflect back as we have achieved one of our many milestones, the 50th edition of WCSN. We've covered the stories from around the state within the walls of Har-BER and captured countless moments over the years. And tonight we'll take a look back at how it all started. It's Friday, October 12th, 2018, and we're celebrating 50 episodes of the Wildcat Sports Network right now. Now I'm the only person that has been a part of every single episode since the beginning is Wildcat head coach Chris Wood. Coach, I know it still may be a sore subject losing to Springdale last Friday night, but in my opinion, there's a lot of things you guys did well in that game. We talk about that.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great atmosphere. It was a great high school football game. I thought both teams did an outstanding job of competing the right way, and it was hard fought. And we came up a little bit on short end of the stick on that deal. And it's always hard to lose an emotional game like that. But for us, I mean, I thought we gained a lot. Offensively, I thought we were able to execute, do some really nice things. Defensively, continuing to improve each and every week. I thought our kicking game was really solid, and that's one of our growth areas if you reflect back from Bentonville to now. And that's what we're looking for. We're looking for growth every week. We want to win every one of them. We came up, like I said, short Friday night. But it wasn't because of effort, heart, and desire. And our kids left it on the field. You could tell that after the game how emotional our guys were. We're just coming up short. But I think as we've gotten into this week, you see a renewed confidence. We know we're headed the right way. We're doing things the right way. And just really proud of our guys more than anything.
Yeah. Now in that game we saw Jay Burns, running back, rush for over 300 yards, 4 touchdowns. He normally doesn't play at that position. Why did you guys put him at running back last Friday night?
Well, he's a young man we've spotted on the offensive side in practice, done some things like that, and started the season with us on the defensive side. And as we've had attrition at the tailback position, we knew Jay could be a young man that'd come in and give us everything he had. And he did that Friday night, and so I was really excited to see his body of work. What Jay brought to the equation for us is it didn't have to be perfectly blocked. I mean, he made plays, he bounced some, made guys miss, and then once he got to second level, he was able to run away from guys. And so for us, I thought offensive line did a really nice job, but having Jay back there and his energy and his passion and his desire, and that's the one thing you want to bottle with him, is he plays the game the right way with passion. And he plays with a lot of energy. He always has a smile on his face on the football field. And you could tell he's a young man that really cared about having success for Har-BER High School and playing for his teammates.
Yeah, a big factor in that game was the huge crowd, Gerald Williams Bullock Stadium. The student section was really packed on both sides. But for Har-BER student section, how do you feel like they made an impact on the game?
Well, I mean, I'll tell you, since day one we've been here. And there's two groups. I mean, you've always got to be able to recognize. And the first is our band. When our band is doing what they do, they bring a powerful energy to our football team and our crowd and just the environment. So, over the years, whenever our band's with us, it's always a special night. When they go on the road or when they're at home, you're talking a 200-plus member group that you talk about passion. They bring it. And then our student section, you can always count on our students. And always at our home venues, home vents, they're always there, they're cheering, they have a good time. I think our administration does a good job of monitoring those guys, but letting them enjoy the high school experience. And then, games like this, I mean, I've seen it at the Fayetteville, I've seen it when we've gone to Bentonville, and always when we go across town to Springdale. Our student session pass their section out, they bring great energy and passion. I think they had a music box with them this Friday night, which I thought it was a really nice addition. But I'm humbled and thankful to have the band we have and the students we have that embrace those events like they do and bring the energy they bring.
Absolutely. Now tonight we are celebrating the 50 episodes of Wildcat Sports Network. When I think back over the past 6 years we've done Wildcat Sports Network, a couple games come to mind. Of course, the state championship game. Another one, the game where you guys beat Fayetteville, the pass to Trey Smith in the end zone to win touchdown. And then last Friday night, just all those games were just really exciting games. What were some of the things you maybe said to the team in the locker room after a tough loss against Springdale?
Well, I mean, you know, it's funny you mentioned the Fayetteville game from 2015. We kind of beat them in the same fashion we got beat Friday night. I told our guys after the game, it's emotional. It's not a time to. I told them I loved them and I was proud of them, and it's okay to hurt and it's okay to cry, and it's okay. And we'll meet with you Sunday. We'll reflect on this and we'll build from it. And that was my message Friday night. And then Sunday when we came in, kind of reiterated that, built on it. I told them we was going to go through the film today. We're going to look at it. It's okay to have all the range of emotions of anger, frustration, hurt, pain. I said, moments like this in your life when everything doesn't go according to plan, where you invested everything in it, it always don't just turn out the way you envision it. It's part of the scars of life, and it's part of the journey of becoming an adult. Everything's not given to you, everything's not easy, and you can't just run from any challenge. And so our guys, you know, they embodied that, and they come back Monday morning with great energy and life, and they're ready to get ready for Bentonville West. And then we reflected back on, you know, what happened to us in 2015. You know, that's a special year. But we had to drive the ball down the field in the last minutes. We go for two, we win the game, and then turn around in the state championship, and we're playing Fayetteville there, and they come out on positive end. And so I just told our guys, why not us? Why can't we be that team? And yes, we know it's a daunting task ahead with the Bentonville West, Fayetteville, Bentonville out there. Springdale's playing good football. We've got the Central to deal with, but one game does not define you. One moment in time does not define you. It's really about the process and just getting better. And we believe if we continue to grow as a football team and we get in the playoffs, I think we're going to be a very formidable task come week 11 for anybody in the state of Arkansas.
Coach, thanks for being here. We'll bring you back on the show to help close this out. Right now, let's take a look back at last Friday night as two rivals fought to the very end. But the bigger story is how this game brings the community a little closer together. Take a look.
Over the past 12 years, we've seen the Springdale versus HAR-BER rivalry intensify in many ways. But lately, it's been less about the two schools being rivals and more about the two schools coming together as one community.
What we've tried to do is get coaches, our student athletes to do things together, because at the end of the day, we may be red, we may be blue, but we're all Springdale. And while we may go to different elementary schools, we have different teachers, it's still, at the end of the day, we all represent Springdale. We may be representing Springdale High School, we may represent Springdale HAR-BER, but we're all Springdale.
Not only have both teams come together to form one community, but one former Bulldog shares his take on just how intense this rivalry has become over the years.
It's just got more competitive. You know, as rivalries go, everybody kind of builds year after year after year. The competitiveness builds after year. The animosity, the excitement, the competitiveness, it just gets stronger and stronger. It's just that it intensifies year after year. We wanted to win, and it's a lot like that now on Friday night. You have two teams, two high schools, but at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, these guys will probably play ball together. They'll go out and they'll do things together. It's one town, it's one Springdale, but tonight it's the Bulldogs against the Wildcats.
In years past, the Springdale HAR-BER rivalry has been one-sided. Yet this year, with both teams equally dominant, this game was one for the books.
This year it's been a lot bigger rivalry. Both teams are really close to being equally the same level, and I think that just this year is a lot more fun and a lot more intense. I really like the one city theme. I think as a city and even football in general, everyone loves watching football, but with Springdale versus HAR-BER, almost the whole stands were filled. There wasn't almost a single spot that wasn't there, and that showed with the level of fun and how loud it was at the game.
For the last 2 years now, we've had sold-out crowds here at Gerald Williams Bulldog Stadium, the landmark of Northwest Arkansas. And now to have our fans come out, whether they're red, whether they're blue, we want to create a great environment here, and hopefully these football players tonight will finish here with some great memories.
Although the game didn't end quite the way us Cats like to, it's no doubt a great accomplishment for the Bulldogs. Tune in this Friday as the Wildcats take on Bentonville West, looking for a rebound game at home. For WCSN, I'm Nick Luttrell.
A historical night for HAR-BER and Springdale. Emotions were all over the place for these two teams at the end. And though HAR-BER lost, The more important statement will be how they bounce back tonight against Bentonville West. Let's take a quick commercial break, but don't go anywhere. Coming up, the founder of WCSN will be in the studio, plus Jay Burns and Gabe Baker will join us. Don't go anywhere. We have a packed show, and WCSN will be right back.
Champions are not merely born, they're forged in the crucible that is flag football. With equal parts turf, pigskin, and heart. That's why Buffalo Wild Wings donates to boys and girls clubs across the country to not only help thousands of kids learn about teamwork on and off the field, but to help them fulfill their destiny. To shred defensive lines, terrorize the secondary, and emerge bonded as true champions.
Wildcat fans, keep up with your favorite team all year long with the official app of HAR-BER Wildcat Athletics. A free download in the App Store and Google Play, the HAR-BER Athletics app will keep you up to date with all things Wildcat. Schedules, scores, rosters, news, social media, final score notifications, as well as live broadcasts are just a touch away. The official app of the HAR-BER Wildcats, proudly presented by Crane Buick GMC. Download today for free in the App Store and Google Play.
Springdale Today. Winner of 12 Student Pillars of Excellence from the Mid-America chapter of the Emmys. Winner of 6 consecutive All-Arkansas Awards, and member of the Broadcasting Hall of Fame from the Arkansas Scholastic Press Association. Springdale Today, your award-winning source for information and entertainment in the Springdale Public Schools. Find us on YouTube.
Hey Nick, catch.
This past week, our tennis team competed in the state championships. We caught up with Hayden Swope and Connor Clarity to take a look at their journey to a state title in doubles. Jules Wildcat was standing by to give the inside scoop on just what makes this team so special. Here's the story.
With tennis season coming to an end, we got to take an inside look at one of the best doubles partners in the state of Arkansas, in Connor Clarity and Hayden Swope, and their encouraging relationship as they took home the doubles title here at conference.
We play really well together. We haven't lost a match all year, and so just based off that, I can tell like we go pretty far this season in conference and state. And so he's a pretty good player. He's got a big backhand and ground strokes to really help me out at the net. So
not only are Hayden and Connor an unbeatable duo on the court, but they have also had the opportunity to be leaders on their team.
Well, it's definitely fun helping out with the other teammates and watching them grow and get better. And so I think it's definitely cool to be like a kind of behind the scenes of the match. Definitely over the summer, I feel like I get a lot better because I don't have school in the way, and I can kind of play more throughout the day. And just honestly playing more. The more you play, the better you get.
With Connor's dedication to the sport all year round, he has a big future ahead of him, taking on more teams with his partner, Hayden Swope.
Well, they complement each other. One's kind of settled and passive, and the other one is aggressive and loud. And so generally that's how it works in doubles teams. One's controlled and one's kind of not controlled. And so you put those two combinations together, you get good doubles teams. They're one of the 2 best teams. I mean, they have a chance to win it. It's kind of cool. They've both been really good leaders.
With the support of Coach Horn, Connor and Hayden work together as a team and are always encouraging one another and pushing each other to be better.
He's an amazing person. You know, he helps calm me down if I get stressed. He's super relaxed, and we pump each other up. Like, we do fist bumps and stuff. We talk to each other, and we're really encouraging to one another. And if we're down, we'll be encouraging. It's really fun with him. Coach Horn has helped me because he's like Connor. He's just really relaxed, and I just need somebody to bring me down back to earth. And he's just a great guy, and he helps me give tips, and he's just come on, and it's great. Connor is an amazing person. He is really good at tennis too. So, and conference was fun, and I like seeing all the different teams and supporting each other. It's a really cool atmosphere.
After an undefeated season for this dynamic duo, all of their hours put out on the court have paid off. Watch out for Connor and Hayden as they head into the state tournament October 8th in Little Rock. For WCSN, I'm Jules Wildcat.
Hayden and Connor both made it to the semifinals before falling just short. Congratulations on another incredible season. In other news, each year as the football season begins to wrap up, our WCSN team creates a highlight reel from the year so the team can recognize the accomplishments of players and coaches as they celebrate an end to another incredible season. Let's take a look at one of the favorites from the past 13 years, the highlights from the 2016 football season.
Time play from the Wildcats from the 39 to the 15. Cooper cuts it to the outside. He's in the open field at the 40. Collins at the 40. At the 35. At the 30. Turning on the Jets to the 10 to the 5. Touchdown Wildcats. One man to beat. And he's not going to beat him, and he loses the football. Football, and Har-Ber's got it. And put on the sidelines, and he's on the move. Skies don't look like they're fading. Don't look like they're ever gone away. They ain't never gonna change. These blue skies don't look like they're fading. Don't look like they're ever gone away. They ain't never gonna change. We're dropping back to pass. Pump fake. Now he's gonna lob it up to Trent. Catch.
But I feel like ruins wooing me. Arrow holes that never close from Cupid on a shooting spree. Feeling stupid cause I know it ain't no you and me. But when you're trying to beat the odds up and trying to keep your nods up, and you know that you should know and let it go, but the fear of the unknown on another lover's phone sends you back into the zone. With no Tom Hanks to bring you home, a lover not a fighter on the front line with a poem. Trying to write yourself a rifle, maybe sharpen up a song to fight the tanks and drones and you being alone.
Teams in the state of Arkansas. Coach Wood gets a Gatorade shower as Har-BER is back-to-back conference champions for the first time in school history.
That video was produced by Ramey Tyler, who is currently working in the industry for Intercut Productions. It's great to see that his education here has opened a door for a future. Let's take a quick commercial break, but when we come back, Gabe Baker will be joining us. Don't go anywhere, you're watching the Wildcat Sports Network.
People treat us like we're kids. Yeah, we're kids. We're also all-stars. We're quarterbacks. We're fighters. We're teammates. We're hype men. We make each other strong. We're kids for now, but we're all stars for life.
Ballpark Franks got their start in 1957, right here in the ballpark. And with the taste of 100% Angus beef, passed down from one generation to the next, they soon became a tradition everywhere, bringing on the feeling of summer in every bite. Ballpark Franks, bring on summer.
I think Springdale Schools is a great place to teach. They have cared about my salary. They have cared about my time.
Administration is awesome. They want to be there for the kids. I mean, they are #1 priority.
The staff, teachers, everyone's very nice, very polite, and very welcoming. It really feels like a family.
It's always good when you have a diverse population like Springdale for kids in the classroom to see people that look like them, so it gives them a role model.
I always say if I had somebody like me in kindergarten that could speak both of the languages, that would be tons of help.
We go out of our way to provide everything that we can so that their children can get a wonderful education, because they are the leaders of tomorrow.
Northwest Arkansas, it's growing. That's one of the great things.
I am originally from San Antonio, and I cannot tell you, this is a wonderful place to raise your children.
It's just a great place to live, to work, and just to have fun.
So St. Matthews, his lightning fast speed.
No. He's got explosive speed.
Dude, he's lightning fast.
Sane, would you describe your speed as explosive or lightning fast? What? Dude, I'm telling you, he's explosive.
Lightning fast.
What's that? Lightning fast.
Lightning fast.
Yeah. Back with us now on the Wildcat Sports Network is linebacker Gabe Baker. Gabe, last Friday night your team had a tough loss against Springdale, but you guys played really well. What were some of the things you learned from that game, and maybe you can use that for the rest of your season?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the biggest thing looking back on the game was definitely finish and overcome adversity, whether that's the refs or whether that's just the other team. The biggest thing for us was you got to finish the game. I felt like we had the game won with 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter, but when things kind of got down to it, like we didn't get the first down, defense, we didn't get the stops on the pass we needed to. So the biggest thing we need to learn overall is just finish the game.
Yeah. Now focusing on the season as a whole, I think you're third among the Wildcats in tackles. You have 6.5 tackles per game this year, and also been a really good leader as a linebacker and a junior on this team. Why do you feel like you've been a leader on this team and be able to do so well this year?
Ooh, I mean, it takes me back to like February in our off season. A lot of we had these credos and these core values. And my linebackers coach, Coach Haney, one of the things that he did is he gave me a mental playbook, and all over it had all these different constant ideas of how to be a leader. And I remember studying that thing and looking over it all over through spring ball in February. And I thought, especially with a lot of guys leaving, and I felt like there was an absence of leadership. I mean, I credit the coaching. I mean, if I didn't have the playbook, if I didn't have the coaches who were always encouraging me to be a leader, then I'm not really a vocal leader to start. So it took a lot, but I feel like I kind of got out of my shell and decided to, in spring ball, I'm going to be more of a vocal leader. And then from there, I mean, things just kind of went well.
Yeah. And now tonight you'll face off against one of the top offenses in the state. You got Smallwood at running back with Bentonville West. Jaden Jackson on the outside, wide receiver. Yeah. What are things the defense has been working on to shut them down?
Yeah, we changed a lot of things. I mean, we moved to a 3-3 defense, so we moved the guy in the box, which is really good for the cutback. And then, secondary-wise, we have down calls now. We're rolling safeties, lots of tricky things that are a little bit different. And the whole idea is we want to misconceptions. That's what we're going to do, because we didn't feel like there was a lack of talent. We just felt like there was we were running a base defense too much. So we wanted to throw some, just a little kinks here and there, and see what happens.
Yeah. Thanks, Gabe, and good luck tonight.
Sweet.
Let's hear from a few more of our sponsors, but don't go anywhere. We have Jay Burns coming up, plus a very special guest you won't want to miss. WCSN will be right back.
If you absolutely, positively want the best heating and air company in Northwest Arkansas, then you need to call Absolute Heat and Air with over 73 years of combined experience. Their technicians are fully licensed and insured, background checked, and drug tested, so you can absolutely trust Absolute Heat and Air. They offer $49 service calls all year long, 24/7, 365. The absolute best value around. Call Absolute Heat and Air or visit us online.
Hometown. That word still means something here. It means we're neighbors. We do the right thing. We care about your family. And you deserve the very best every time you walk in the front door. Harps. Hometown fresh.
Here at Har-BER, athletes make things run much smoother. Need a runner?
2 seconds slower than the last time, Chris. Come on.
Here with us now is the founder and creator of the Wildcat Sports Network, Trent Jones. Mr. Jones, welcome to the show. I bet being back here in the studio brings back a lot of memories.
Yeah, it does, and I appreciate you for letting me be here on the set with you, and I thank you to Mr. Sherman and everybody out there in Wildcat Nation. We've had some fun over the years. We started the program back in 2005. We opened the doors here, and what was neat was the E-hallway was under construction still. So it was covered by a big piece of plywood. So I was teaching classes in the class in here, and people would come in with blueprints in the middle of me talking. It was wild. And what was cool in this studio, if you look at how beautiful it is now and what Mr. Sherman's done, all we had was a kitchen table. I mean, that's true. We got video of it. Us sitting at a kitchen table just trying to figure out how to make TV. And it's really awesome to see how far we've come in all these years.
Now you've created this, like you said, this studio and this program from basically scratch starting in 2005. But now you've went on to create a curriculum for the state, started a festival, create a district program, among a lot of other things. But a few years ago, and what did the program look like at the beginning?
Yeah, so, and thank you for that. We came in here and really kind of built it from not much, right? It was an empty room. But what's amazing about students, and you're a living example of it, is if you provide support and high expectations, students will meet it. So we came in here with just an empty shell. There was nothing here but a kitchen table, a couple of slats that we pushed around. And over the years, from 05 to 06, 07, 08, 09, we just started slowly building a culture of expectations. We covered Wildcat Sports Network, we covered HAR-BER Wildcat News, we made Wildcat Entertainment Television, we made films, we did live events, we did fine arts, and what we found was students love it, man. They want to get out there, they want to tell stories. And once you start getting into it, the other thing we found was people love watching it. Right. So, you know, there's people watching this show right now, and that is so awesome to watch how we started in 05 and to where we are now, 13, 14 years later.
Now, creating this program in 2005, you kind of already mentioned it, but what was the main goals for that, starting Wildcat Sports Network?
Yeah, no doubt about it. So the number one goal we always had when building multimedia was connecting students in pathways for employment. Right? So one of the things that was very important for us was let's train industry level skills that apply to multiple different applications. So what that means is let's make a sports show. So if you want to go into sports broadcasting, here's the skills you need to learn to do it. Let's make a news show. So if you want to go into broadcasting, here's how you do it. Let's make film. Let's do live production. So if that's something you're interested in, here's how that works. Now the secondary goal of that, because not every kid is going to go into this field after high school, and that's okay. The secondary goal of that is to give them skills that are applicable to make them better citizens. So communication skills are great. Multimedia skills right now are very good because every industry needs it and wants it. But also just work ethic. How do you be a part of a team? How do you take direction from a boss? How do you handle adversity? You know, how do you push through when all odds are against you? And those are really kind of these essential skills that we've been helping people learn since 04, 05, which is really fun.
Yeah, and now since then you've created a district level program. We talk a little bit about that and kind of why this was created.
Yeah, so what we found was that people loved it, right? Multimedia is everywhere. So we created this district level program to integrate students into our communications office, and that's multifold. Number one, the students get the opportunity to work on a really high level, right? They get to work with clients, they get to work with high level professionals in the city and in the community, so that accelerates your opportunities and that accelerates your learning curve, so to speak. But the flip side of that is it gave us tons and tons of content. And you know, everybody knows the phrase, content is king. So if you look at our Springdale Schools YouTube channel, which we started 7 years ago, right? We have almost 6,000 subscribers, 3 million views, and we're averaging 1,000 videos a year. I mean, that's crazy. Now, not all of those are as good as the Nick Luttrell show here, but you know, we have people out there creating content and engaging in really high-level opportunities. Just briefly, anecdotally, my district-level program partnered with the Bentonville Film Festival maybe 3 or 4 years ago, and they shot a 360 video for Samsung on a camera that had never been released in the United States. Wow. I mean, that's awesome, you know? How fun is that?
Now we're talking about a lot about celebration and reflection. You were under the reins of this program 2005, 2012. What were some of the biggest memories from those years you were here through sports and other things while you were the teacher here?
Yeah, that's fun. It is fun to think back about that. It is fun, it is humbling. Because a lot of the people who, when we were here in 05, you know, how old are you when you graduate? You're 18. 05 was 13 years ago. So a lot of those kids are like in their 30s now. Just think about that for a second. But I've got 3 of them for you. I got 3 memories for you. So in 05, we had this great HAR-BER basketball team with Nate Rakestraw and Michael Sanchez. And I remember Michael Sanchez getting a half-court alley-oop and reverse dunking it. I mean, it was like, we're in high school, right? I mean, that was crazy. Yeah. So that was awesome. The place went nuts. Number 2 was like, it was like getting punched in the heart. It was unreal. HAR-BER had these like 3 years in a row where we had these epic battles with Fort Smith Northside. And it was always a road through HAR-BER or through Northside to go to the state championship. So I had this great young man named Hayden Herrera, and he's a sports broadcaster in the Pacific Northwest right now. And he was shooting this game, and the whole game HAR-BER was winning like 6-0 with something like 30 seconds left. Northside scores a touchdown. HAR-BER goes down 7-6. They get the ensuing kickoff. They throw a Hail Mary from the 50-yard line, and HAR-BER catches it. It's unreal when you see the video. Catches it, goes to land in the end zone, and falls about 5 inches short. Yeah. And you could just, you could just feel the air coming out of you. It was like getting punched in the heart. But the drama, right? And Hayden was right there. If we can find that video, it'll blow your mind. And then probably the coolest thing I've ever seen, and you'll never see anything like this unless it's on high school level, I swear. Same kind of concept, HAR-BER versus Fayetteville. Maybe this was 09-ish. And Fayetteville goes up by 5 points with like 5-8 seconds to go in the game. And they kick the ball off all the way, and HAR-BER runs it back for a touchdown. Wow. And it was like, you could see the stands, the Fayetteville people going, yeah, yeah, yeah. And then the kid breaks it at the 50, and you see him go, ah, and all the HAR-BER people come up over here. Yeah. And even I did it. I was like, go baby, oh my God, you know. I mean, it was like, it was contagious, you know. And that's what's fun about what we do, right? I tell people this all the time. We capture moments in time and we make them live forever. So we have that footage. We were there. I mean, Hayden Herrera shot that video, you know. The kids remember Mike Sanchez doing that. The kids remember this young man running it back and winning the game. And those are kind of special athletic moments that we've shared over the years that just made us say, what we do is so important for the culture of our school and for our community. And I'm proud of the work that you do, and I'm proud of the work that Travis Sherman does leading this program.
Thank you, Mr. Jones, and thanks for being here tonight, and just thanks for everything you've done to help kickstart this program. Right now, let's take a look at what you can expect from SDTV this year.
Springdale Today. Winner of 12 Student Pillars of Excellence from the Mid-America chapter of the Emmys. Winner of 6 consecutive All-Arkansas Awards, and member of the Broadcasting Hall of Fame from the Arkansas Scholastic Press Association. Springdale Today, your award-winning source for information and entertainment in the Springdale Public Schools. Find us on YouTube.
The district television program is located on Kelly Street behind Arvitz Bank in the District Communications Building. They produce weekly shows as well as content all over the district. Be sure to keep up with them on the Springdale Public Schools YouTube channel. Let's take a quick commercial break, but up next we will hear from Jay Burns. Don't go anywhere, WCSN will be right back.
Zaxby's food has always brought people together. Catering to the big moments, the little wins, the long talks, and the quick getaways. Because food this inviting is bound to add a lot of flavor to your life.
Introducing the Zax Pack. Served with chicken fingers, sides, Texas toast, and iced tea. Pick one up for dinner or your next event. Friends, family, flavor. Zaxby's. Indescribably good.
Ozarks Go from Ozarks Electric Cooperative is leading the fiber revolution, connecting the divide with high-speed broadband access to close that gap. From cloud to cloud, post to post. From downtown to way out of town, to connect our customers to a world of blazing speed and access to absolutely everywhere. It's our customers connected and energized with Ozarks Go.
First Security is here. Only here. So that means we're here, here, and here. Even here. And definitely here. Because here is where we want to be. For you. First Security Bank. Only in Arkansas.
Ever since we incorporated theater into our practices, our hustle plays have increased 60%.
No, guys, I need more emotion. I want to feel it. Show me the emotions. Oh!
Joining us now is junior Jay Burns. Jay, wow, man, we got to start with the obvious. You went off last game, over 300 yards rushing, 4 touchdowns. I believe only 18 other athletes have done this in the state of Arkansas. Why do you feel like you were able to do so well in that game?
So, you know, got to start off by saying my front. My front. They had did some nice stuff. I seen all year, you know. Then Hunter Wood coming in with some nice fullback blocks. We had Micah, Liam, Walker. They had some nice downfield blocks that, you know, led me to do what I got to do to, you know, put up them type of stats.
Yeah. Now switching from running back or defensive back to running back, it's a little bit slower transition for some people. Obviously not for you. Have you ever played running back before? Like, have you done this in the past, or was this a new position for you?
Well, I was playing running back for Monday nights just because, I don't know, just I guess to practice. Then I played running back some in 9th grade. And I really wanted to switch. Got to do what you got to do to succeed.
And now, in your opinion, where do you feel like you're most comfortable at, whether it's cornerback or running back?
Both. I can do both. There's no really, wherever you put me at, that's where I'm going to go. Put me at O-line, nose guard, receiver, fullback, quarterback, whatever it is.
Nice. Now tonight you'll have a tough game against Bentonville West. By watching the film, what have you seen to be able to prepare for the Wolverines?
I say this will be the best defense we've seen all year. Probably will see all year. got some nice athletes on the team. Kendall Young, that's a wonderful kid. He's nice. We got some corners. The front line is nice, but our front line is nice too. And see what you got to do.
Yeah. Jay, thanks for joining us and good luck tonight.
Yeah.
Let's take a quick commercial break, but don't go anywhere. When we come back, we're at the court with our Lady Wildcat volleyball team and one athlete who's playing for something much deeper than a simple W. Don't change the channel. You're watching the Wildcat Sports Network.
Champions are not merely born, they're forged in the crucible that is flag football. With equal parts turf, pigskin, and heart. That's why Buffalo Wild Wings donates to boys and girls clubs across the country to not only help thousands of kids learn about teamwork on and off the field, but to help them fulfill their destiny. To shred defensive lines, terrorize the secondary, and emerge bonded as true champions.
Wildcat fans, keep up with your favorite team all year long with the official app of HAR-BER Wildcat Athletics. A free download in the App Store and Google Play, the HAR-BER Athletics app will keep you up to date with all things Wildcat. Schedules, scores, rosters, news, social media, final score notifications, as well as live broadcasts are just a touch away. The official app of the HAR-BER Wildcats, proudly presented by Crane Buick GMC. Download today for free in the App Store and Google Play.
Our 30 minutes or less ER service pledge means faster care. And because we're full service hospitals, a lot more care if you need it. Less waiting, faster care. At Northwest Health System, Bentonville and Springdale.
For WCSN, I'm Ashlyn Grace Brothers. No, you gotta own it. You gotta be like, for WCSN, I'm Ashlyn Grace Brothers. For WCSN, I'm Ashlyn Grace Brothers. No, I'm Ashlyn Grace Brothers. Okay, I'm Ashlyn Grace Brothers. Better. Yeah, but don't you think I should add like so? Ew! Red, yellow card. Is she gonna be okay? Yeah, they always do this. Okay, so you said, I'm Ashlyn Grace Brothers. Yeah, just no. But don't you think that I should add something like, that's the way the cookie crumbles, or, ooh, okay, good one. I could say something like, no, just one more time. Okay, for WCSN, I'm Ashlyn Grace Brothers. Much better.
Our Lady Wildcat volleyball team is closing out their conference season and heading into playoffs in the next couple of weeks. With October being Breast Cancer Awareness Month, one athlete for the Lady Wildcats views this as a whole deeper meaning, which translates to her leadership on the court. Take a look.
As the Wildcats look to clinch the 6A West heading into October, for one athlete, this month means much more than conference championship.
This month's really meaningful for me because my mom passed away from breast cancer when I was 12, and she's been my best friend for my entire life. So I really take October as Breast Cancer Awareness Month pretty seriously.
You know, I've watched her progress over the last few years as far as having, in October. And one thing she does is she just became more and more outgoing, and she handles it so maturely. So she just really has become a better player because I think she has a lot of drive and a lot of passion.
Passion and determination, two key factors that Hallie demonstrates. But in the month of October, she's playing for something much bigger.
She's always been my #1 fan, whether it's in school or just in life or in anything I do. And so even though she's not here, I still play for her and play as if she's watching me.
Hallie allows this to turn into motivation to leave it all on the court. And for everyone else who is facing the same hardship, she has a very powerful message.
It's okay to not be strong all the time, because I know there were a lot of times when my mom tried to be strong for me 24/7, and that was hard for her. So just know that your family's there for you, and that your family loves you, and there's people that are cheering for you and rooting for you, and it's okay to not be strong 24/7, to not always have a brave face, because it's scary. It's a scary time.
Through this adversity, Hallie has learned to be an influence to her peers as well as future Wildcats. Her involvement in the church and community has demonstrated her strength through one of the biggest challenges, leaving her with just one final thought.
What do you think your mom would say to you today? I'd hope that my mom would say that she's proud, and that I know she loves me, and that she's been watching out for me, so yeah.
To this team, Breast Cancer Awareness Month represents unity and bringing people closer together to let those affected know that they are not alone in their fight. Support your Lady Wildcats by wearing pink to all games in October, and consider donating to the cause, as many families are still struggling. For WCSN, I'm Jules Veliquette.
Tuesday, our Lady Wildcat volleyball team took on Van Buren, and after falling 2-0, the Lady Wildcats fought back, winning the final 3 sets in dramatic fashion and clinching the conference championship. Next Tuesday is their final conference game against Fayetteville. Be sure to go out and support or tune in live, as we will be there to provide live coverage. Let's take one last quick commercial break. Stay tuned. Up next, Coach Wood helps break down Bentonville West. Don't change the channel. WCSN will be right back.
Welcome home to Lindsay Living. Affordable rates, available on-site management, attitudes of service, and amenities unmatched make residents love where they live and play. From value-packed basic apartments to resort-style living on golf courses, we manage options to fit your needs and wants. Apply online at lindsaymanagement.com for locations throughout Arkansas and in surrounding states.
I think Springdale Schools is a great place to teach. They have cared about my salary. They have cared about my time.
Administration is awesome. They want to be there for the kids. I mean, they are #1 priority.
The staff, teachers, everyone's very nice, very polite, and very welcoming. It really feels like a family.
It's always good when you have a diverse population like Springdale for kids in the classroom to see people that look like them, so it gives them a role model.
I always say if I had somebody like me in kindergarten that could speak both of the languages, that would be tons of help.
We go out of our way to provide everything that we can so that their children can get a wonderful education, because they are the leaders of tomorrow.
Northwest Arkansas, it's growing. That's one of the great things.
I am originally from San Antonio, and I cannot tell you, this is a wonderful place to raise your children.
It's just a great place to live, to work, and just to have fun.
Hey Nick, catch.
Here with us to help close the show out is none other than Coach Wood. Coach, falling short by just 1 point last Friday night, what has been the focus for this week?
Really just, told our guys our whole season wasn't decided just in one event, even though it was an emotional opportunity to try to win a game. But that's not our season. And so we'd get focused on Bentonville West to win your home game, and that's the biggest key for us. We're right in the hunt. We could finish anywhere from a 2 seed all the way down to a 6 seed, or even out of the playoffs if we don't, if you don't take care of business. And so for us, it's just getting back on the horse, getting ready to go again, getting refocused. Our kids have done that so far this week.
Now, running back Max Pena was injured last game, didn't play. Can we expect him to play tonight? If so, what will the carries look like between him and Jay Burns?
Yeah, I don't think Max will be back tonight. He hadn't practiced this week, so it'll be Jay. And then, if we need to rest Jay, looking Jeremy Rondon could step in there. We have a couple of sophomore tailbacks, Christian Molina, that could get some carries for us. So we'll go back by committee if Jay needs a break.
Now, here in an hour, you'll play against the 3-0 Bentonville West Wolverines. They have a very dynamic offense. Can you talk about that offense and some of the key players we should look out for?
Yeah, the offense starts around Jaden Jackson. He's a tremendous kid, committed to Ole Miss, going to Ole Miss. He deserves it. He's got unbelievable speed. He's a dynamic player with the ball in his hands. I think they do a really nice job mixing around. I think Smallwood doesn't get enough credit that he deserves, the tailback. I think he's an all-conference guy last year. But I think him and Garrett Vaughn are some of the top backs in our league. And so you've got to be able to stop the run. I got Jaden Jackson out there. Got a sophomore quarterback in as well. Jarrett continues to recover from his foot injury. I think they're going to get him back around week 9. And so offensively, they're just real diverse. They have nice balance. They can run the ball, they can throw it, and they can do whatever they need to.
Coach, as you mentioned, big game tonight. What our Wildcats need to walk away with a win?
Well, I think the biggest thing, just come out and play with the same intensity we had last week. Our guys really brought the juice last Friday against Springdale. We need to do it again tonight against West. Got to win the turnover battle. You've got to win that, and got to be really good in special teams. I think that's going to be a critical key.
Thanks, Coach, and good luck tonight. Well, that's all the time we have for this week. For Superintendent Dr. Jim Rollins and Athletic Director Wayne Stellick, I'm Nick Luttrell. Up next is Kickoff. We'll see you next time.
What is pain? What is pain to you? Do you understand? Do you even know what pain is? Stop running from it. Embrace the pain that you're gonna feel when you're trying to do something great. Let's change what follows our I am. I am successful. I am powerful. I am great. I am amazing. What follows your I am is going to shape your day, your year, and your life. I am great. I am amazing. With greatness comes pain. Pain can't be your enemy, it has to be your friend. You have to learn to embrace that pain. You have to learn to dig deep. When you feel that pain in your heart, when you feel that pain in your leg, the pain in your arm, you gotta learn to push through, dig a little bit deeper. Just know that the other person on the other side that wants to conquer you, wants to defeat you, is going through the same thing. Who's gonna win? Who's gonna impress their will upon the next man, the next woman, the next person that's gonna struggle through the pain? On the other side of pain,
are you all in? Are you ready to sacrifice? No more excuses. Get it done.
How bad do you want to be great?